welcome to Music 101 with your host, Alexis Steele on Rockout Radio, the backbone of Northeastern PA. Sponsored by Steele Entertainment and Records LLC for all your entertainment needs, and also Romeo Recordings. Find them both on the web at Steele Entertainment and Records LLC.com and RomeoRecordings.com.
Hi, this is Alexis Steele with Music 101. I'd like to give a warm welcome to Vini Mad Dog Lopez. Welcome to Rockout Radio, Vini. How you doing?
Well, thank you for having me on, Susan. It's very nice to be here.
Oh, I'm glad you could make it. Vini, where are you from?
Well, I live in central Jersey, right by Great Adventure. And all my life I lived, at the Jersey Shores from Neptune, Asbury Park area.
Very cool. Yeah, I guess that got really hit hard with this hurricane, I'm sure.
We were just in Asbury Park last night, and I was talking to a friend of mine who's a detective down there, and Asbury didn't get hit as hard as some of the other communities right around it. Belmar got clobbered, of course, Manasquan, Seabright, they all got clobbered. But Asbury, the new boardwalk seemed to hold up. There are portions that need to be rebuilt, but generally I think Asbury made out pretty good.
Well, that's good to hear. Vinny, so a little bit about your background. You came from a musical family. I guess, was your dad a musician too?
Well, my family, they're generally my great-grandfather, my grandfather. They were artists. They did paintings. And my great-grandfather was in Bill Cody's Wild West show.
Wow.
And he rode horseback. Well, and my great-grandmother was one of the Indians in the show. They traveled all over the world together. And I never had the pleasure of meeting them. They were gone long before I was born. But if there's any artist in me, it comes from them. They were instrumental in Asbury Park in making the boardwalk like it was. The putt-putt golf courses, back in the early days. Just the baby parade. They would do the floats. They knew all the Indians, so they'd have Indians in the parade, So it was a good thing. But my father, the first time I ever got really involved in listening and music and stuff, I was asleep and I heard music coming from our living room. And when I got up, I snuck down the hall, and there was a bunch of guys sitting in the living room drinking beer and playing guitars and harmonicas, and they were having a jam session at my house. And I saw that. My father caught me, made me go back to bed, of course. But that was my first one, and since then I've always been checking stuff out musically.
So was your dad playing an instrument?
He was playing a harmonica.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old were you?
Harmonica player. Oh, I had to be 5, 6 years old.
Okay.
I wasn't even going to school yet, that kind of thing. When I got in school, I got involved in a drum and bugle corps, and I was a solo soprano with a valve bugle, if you know what that is. And I played for a few years in the bugle corps. And some friends of mine, the Dieter brothers, they were drummers. And actually, I went over to their house one time, and I was still pretty young. I was still 3rd grade, 4th grade. And they had their drum set set up, and I sat down on them, and I went, oh my, this is pretty cool. And I learned how to play me some drums.
So that started your love of the whole music, right?
Oh, absolutely. We played in big parades. We were the Shoreliners from Neptune, New Jersey, and we played in Atlantic City. We played all over the place in parades. And we were pretty good at it. We had choreography, and, like I said, I played the bugle. I didn't know what I was doing, but I certainly played the bugle.
Okay, cool. So tell me, how did you get the name Mad Dog?
How did I get the name Mad Dog? All right. I played from the early days with Bruce, okay? Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
And Danny Federici and Steve Van Zandt and those guys. And they all, like, if Bruce saw me today, if he was, walking down the street, he'd come up to me and go, "Hey, Lope, how you doing?" Because I'm Vini Lopez. Those guys call me Lope.
Okay.
So we had a band after Steel Mill broke out called Dr. Zoom and the Sonic Boom. Well, everybody that was in the band, which was everybody we knew, we had a whole bunch of musicians and singers, everyone had to have a nickname. So, like Southside Johnny, he was just John Lyon before the Zoom band, then he became Southside Johnny. Steve Van Zandt became Miami Steve Van Zandt, So, I mean, Bruce was Dr. Zoom. Gary Talent was the Funky Chicken. They called me Madman, okay, in the Zoom band. Now, we only played 3 gigs, but we played with the Allman Brothers, and we did some gigs in Asbury. But now, no more Zoom band. Bruce starts records. Now, the first record, Greetings from Asbury Park, if you look on the back of that in the credits, I am Vincent Loper Lopez.
Oh.
Loper, okay, on the first album. So now the first album, we're traveling all around the place. We're out in L.A., and when we were on tour, we would come off tour and go right to the recording studio. We didn't go home. We went right to the recording studio for 3 days and would record. So we were starting the second album, the Wild Annis album, and we were out in L.A. at the Troubadour. We were playing at the Troubadour. And Clive Davis came up to me, and he goes, Vinny, look at your hat, because I had my old bowler on, and I had my jockey stuff on, and my jockey silks that I found in the USO store. I mean, he said, you guys look like a circus up there. He goes, you had them nicknames in that old band you had, right? I said, yeah. He goes, well, I want you to go back to the nicknames. He goes, what was your nickname? I said, well, they call me Madman. He goes, no, you're Mad Dog now. And I went, gee, thanks. But, I was 20-something years old. You were Mad Dog. People test you. And I got tested. But it's from the way I play drums. Yeah, I play drums like that Muppet guy, like the Muppet drummer. Or does he play drums like me? I'm not sure.
So in a way, Clive Davis gave you that name, in a sense.
That's right. That's right. And then Bruce, just reiterated it, and he kept saying, Mad Dog. So that was it.
Okay, that's great.
That's the way it came about.
Can you tell our listeners how it came that you hooked up with Bruce Springsteen? Because actually, I guess a lot of people would think that the E Street Band was a band that Bruce started, but that's not really the case, right?
Well, the E Street Band came out of all of the beginnings that we had. Danny Federici and myself, we were in a band with a guy named Bill Chinnick, who was a singer-songwriter from the Jersey Shore. And, I had met Bruce because we played in band battles back in 1965. But Danny and I met, and we were in a band called the Downtown Tangiers Rock and Rhythm and Blues Band with Bill Chinnick. And we were touring. We were on tour with the Electric Circus from New York City in 1967. And we were out on tour, and Bill and the bass player at the time, after we were 36 days out on the road, Bill wanted to just have the bass player be the lead singer, and he calls up Gary Talent, who's in the E Street Band right now, and he says, Gary, you're going to play bass, but he didn't tell the other bass player Gary was going to play bass, and they had a big fight because Wendell really wanted to play the bass and sing just the way we were. He didn't want to change anything. So they had a fight. The band broke up. So now Danny and I looked at each other, and we still wanted to play together, so we went in search of guitar players and bass players. And there was a few guys that we were looking at. And one of them, I heard this name, Bruce Springsteen. Somebody says, oh, you should check out this guy, Bruce Springsteen from Freehold. So I went down to the Italian-American club where he was playing in Long Branch and heard him, really liked him, and I came up to him and I said, hey, I'm Vinny. He goes, yeah, I remember you, Vinny. You play with Sonny and the Starfires. I said, yeah, because that was the Battle of the Bands thing. And I said, why don't you come down the upstage? Because I got a keyboard guy and we could jam. So I told Danny about him, and then one night we were in the upstage. We walked upstairs to the 3rd floor, and there was Bruce and little Vinny Roslin, who became our bass player in Steel Mill, and a guy on drums named Big Bobby Williams, because he was big, and he was in the Zoom band too, and his name was Big. So he had a nickname too. So there was Bruce and everybody on stage, and we were amazed what he was doing. So we went out to him and asked him if we could jam with him, you know, and he goes, and we went and asked the owner, Tom Potter, if it's okay if Bruce and Little Vinny and myself, and because I'd been playing in the upstage since the end of 1966, you know, and like this was about a month after I met Bruce, and Little Vinny actually brought him down there the first time. So we jammed, and I said, geez, you write any songs? Which is a pretty crazy statement if you think about it right now, right? You know, because Bruce writes tons of songs all the time. And he says, yeah, I wrote a few. I said, geez, that's great. Let's make a band. And me and Danny and Bruce and Little Vinny made a band that night. We didn't know what we were going to call it or anything. Went down my friend Tinker, who was back in the middle 60s, you know, said, Lopez, you guys are great, but you got to do original material. If you ever do originals, look me up. He was a surfboard builder from California. And that's what I did. I took Bruce and we went and talked to Tinker, and the next thing you know, we were playing in Steel Mill and writing all these songs, and it just started right there.
Okay, cool. So Steel Mill was actually the first band, right? And then it
yes.
into the E Street Band?
Well, I went from there, and then Bruce saw Van Morrison somewhere, so he wanted to have a Van Morrison type band, so he stopped Steel Mill. We became the Bruce Springsteen Band, and girl singers and horn players, and that didn't go too far. People liked Steel Mill. I mean, it was like, for some people, the world revolved around Steel Mill. And so the Bruce Springsteen Band didn't do too well. And then came Dr. Zoom. And then Bruce just went out on his own, playing with his guitar, just acoustic. And then one day I got a call. I was working in a boatyard. I got a call on the phone and said, Vinny, I'm going to make a record. You want to play on it? I said, sure I do. And we made the first album a week later.
Okay, so that was with his band?
No, we got the old guys back together, me and Gary Talent, Danny, you know. We got the old guys back together to do the first album. It was basically an acoustic album. We learned everything in a guitar factory.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing.
In a week. And then we did it in a couple of days, the whole album.
A lot different than nowadays, you know what I mean? People spend forever.
Yeah. Well, see, and to me, you know, and I'll tell you, I'll give you an example of spending forever on something. When Clarence got in the band, we all, you know, he was going to do a solo. So here we are in the studio. We have the basic tracks done. Now it's Clarence's turn to do a solo. So he does this solo, which is perfect from beginning to end, except for, now this is tape. This is not digital. You got to realize there's nothing digital going on here. This is on 2-inch tape. He did the first solo, and he made one little, we called it a fuita, a mistake. And so he tried to do this, but they kept it because it's tape, and you could keep the track. Now he went over, did another one. He did almost 30 takes of the same solo, and he never got them all right. The first one was right. The guy in the studio, Louis LaHave, took his little razor and put it on the thing and cut that little note out of the tape and made the solo perfect. And the very first one he did was the best one. And that's usually the way it is when you're doing a take in the studio, especially after you're warmed up a little bit. When you're doing a new song, boom, the very first one is usually the best one. Unless you're so picky that, you know, music's got to fly like a bird. You know, it can't be all just so contrived that it's cut and dry. That's not how music works.
Exactly, and I find that to be the case. Usually the first take, like you said, is the better one, and as you go on, longer and longer, it seems to get worse and worse. You know what I mean?
You know, you lose the chop that you didn't think about doing that you just did. You know, it's crazy the way things happen like that. So, but
yeah,
that's just my opinion.
After a while, then, like from going over it so many times, you know what I mean? It just kind of loses.
You get tired of it, and it does lose, you know, everything. It does lose interest.
So now, back when you guys were you know, all together with the band with Bruce and all, was everybody contributing to the songwriting process, or was it, just certain members of the band?
Well, the songwriting, Bruce would bring the songs to us, and mainly, it was up to me and Gary to play drums and bass, and no one told us what parts to do. As far as, and this goes all the way back to Steel Mill, Bruce would bring a song in, and he'd either play it on the piano or he'd play it on his guitar, and then we'd pick it up and try this and try that. And him and Danny went over stuff more because they would do these double lead things, and so it was mainly them. But the songwriting, all of the songs were written by Bruce. Mm-hmm. We contributed our background parts. No one else writes songs for the E Street Band.
Okay.
No one else wrote songs for Steel Mill.
So Bruce wrote all that, basically.
Wrote all of those.
Wow, okay.
He's a very prolific guy. We'd be at a party, the whole band, they'd bring us to New York City. We're in it, hey, we're partying. Where's Bruce? He'd be in the bedroom with his guitar.
Wow.
All the time. Or he'd be out on the porch with his guitar. Everybody would be inside drinking beer. He'd be out on the porch with his guitar.
So he was constantly in songwriting mode, huh?
Oh, yeah, always. We had a house in Bradley Beach, New Jersey, and it had like this bumper pool table downstairs. And we all had our own rooms, but as we would all get down there and start playing bumper pool, Bruce would be up in his room listening to like King Crimson or something, getting his P's and Q's together. And then he'd come down and play a game, but then he'd go right back upstairs. And that's just the process that it was. And we would learn, we'd learn a whole bunch of songs and never do them. There's a lot more out there. I was telling some people online here, Greasy Lake, they wanted my top 20 songs. So I put some songs on there that they never heard of because they are in my top 20. Like the very first song we learned was a song named Jennifer that I don't even think there's a recording of anywhere. The very second song we learned was a Bill Chinnick song. I think it's the only song that Bruce ever did that he didn't write, besides some of the cover stuff. But he did a Chinnick song called Crown Liquor, and it's on my CDs, the Steel Mill, the All Man, the Guns for America CD. Crown Liquor's on there. But I do it with Bill. Bill actually died, and I had a recording of Bill, who he sent it to me because I asked him if he'd send me the words, and he sent me a recording. So I used this recording on my recording because it's Bill singing it. And he does the first verse with me on my recording of it. This was after Bill died. I used it, and it's quite an accomplishment, I think, doing it. It's not. I don't think it's anything special, but it certainly is different than what you would expect. We made it sound like an old scratchy record. Then it goes into 2000s. It was pretty cool. But yeah, all that stuff Bruce wrote.
Oh, that's awesome. I
all
didn't know
of it.
That. So now,
yeah.
How many CDs did you guys do altogether?
I did the first two.
Okay.
Completely. Greetings from Asbury Park and The Wild, The Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle. And then basically I was out of the band and they found Max. But I play now on I play on the box set, there's a video of me playing from 1973 in the 30th edition Born to Run editions thing. I'm in there. I'm on 18 tracks. And he brings out some stuff every once in a while, and I'll get a call. He goes, well, we never finished the vocals on this. Come up and do the vocals. Like Thundercrack was a song that we had started way back when, 35 years, 40 years ago in the studio. But it became so involved, we never finished it. So one night I got a call, and he wanted me and Federici to come up and finish our vocals. And we did. We went up to his house, and studios at his house, and we finished everything. So it was... I've been there, and I still play with him. It's not like I'm out of the band or something. I'm in the E Street Band.
Okay, so you're.
It's amazing. It's amazing. When they get inducted into the Hall of Fame, I'll go with them. I'll be right there with them.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
We got inducted last year into the New Jersey Hall of Fame.
Oh, really?
But,
okay.
Oh yeah, but they're on tour, so they couldn't do it this year. So now this coming year, we're going to go up and get our awards for being inducted into the Jersey Hall of Fame. and that's quite an honor. But the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they're crazy. I don't know what's wrong with them. The E Street Band has been around for a lot more than 25 years, making many, many records.
Well, I think maybe we should start a petition on that then, you know?
Oh, they got it going. They got petitions.
Okay, we'll have to check that out.
You know?
Listeners and everybody to vote, you know?
Yeah, well, if you go on, like, the Backstreets website, Backstreets Magazine's website, they have a section there called BTX. I think there's a petition in there to get us inducted into the Hall of Fame. You know, and it's ironic, too, and it probably has something to do with it because John Landau, Bruce's manager, is one of the guys that inducts you, that has the final say in who gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. So you would think that he would have something to say, like, but maybe it's a conflict of interest, you know, something stupid, you know. So who knows?
Politics.
But that'll come, and politics, exactly. I mean, that's what it is, you know. So, but anything's possible. I never, hey, you know, like when you least expect it, that's when I get the call, you know. And, I actually was in Philadelphia when Bruce was playing at the stadium there, and he didn't know I was there. But I was backstage. I was standing next to the stage, and then when they were leaving, I was standing where the limos were underneath the stadium there. And one by one, the band comes up, and they're all yakking at me because they're all my old buddies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And and I'm talking to Van Zant and Gary Talent, and here comes Bruce, and he gets in the middle, and he goes, "How come nobody tells me you're here? You could have played tonight. What are these people? Why do I have to?" And he got like mad that he didn't know I was there. But they did know, all them people, that I was there. So he said right in front of God and everybody, you know, his manager and he says, "Vinny, the Meadowlands are playing MetLife in 2 weeks. You're jamming with me up there." You know, so okay, that's how it works.
Well, that's great. It shows
you know,
love there. You know?
And he always says we're going to go back to the old days sometime. He says I'm going to record a record and we're going to go back to the old days. So who knows what's in the future? You know.
Exactly. So what are you doing now? You have a new band and a new CD?
We've been playing together now for almost 5 years. Licensed to Chill, we're called. Mm-hmm. And Vince Berardi is the guitar player. And we have two Vinnies in the band. We got Vini Berardi and we got Vini Lopez. I play drums. And we got John Sebastian Rice on the bass. And we're basically a trio. But we sing a lot. We all sing harmony. We all play and sing. We have a new CD out called Moon Motel. And the Moon Motel is actually a motel right here on Route 9 by our houses. And it's been there since we were kids, the Moon Motel, and it has an old funky, well, you saw the billboard.
Right.
I sent you the thing. And that's a real place. But the pool is all dilapidated. There's algae growing and trees growing out of the center of the pool. That's why we went there and had our picture taken. Because, like, when we play in clubs, yeah, we do drinking songs. we like people to have fun and dance, and that's what we do. And plus, we get to do our original stuff, and we're working on more now too. So
okay, cool.
It's very good. But we play a lot. We're on a little break right now for Christmas. But www.license2chill.net. License2chill.net is our website, and anybody that's interested can go right there and find out where we're playing, find out what we do. Okay. You know, and of course we're all on Facebook. License to Chill is on Facebook. You know, people can see what we do because we always jack about it. We're ham bones. We like people to come see us play.
Oh, absolutely. Well, what I like to do is actually play one of your songs from your CD.
Cool.
Let's see. Take Me Away. Any special, you know, meaning on that?
Vince wanted to write a song that he and I could do a duet on, sing together. And, of course, on this CD, there's a lot of Take Me Away, Let's Go to the Islands thing. This particular song, it didn't long to learn it, and we love singing it together, and we do it every time we play. Take Me Away is a wonderful ballad that many people, I think, should like this particular song. And Richie Taskowitz plays sax on it, and he did a blistering solo on this song.
Okay, great. All right. Well, we're going to play Take Me Away by Vini, Mad Dog Low, and License to Chill, and we'll be right back here on Rock Out Radio.
Take me away, I wanna go, I gotta be right by the sea. I really feel it's no big deal. Take me away, take me away. We deserve so much better. No more freezing cold weather. I'm leaving tonight, my bags all packed. My mind is only on one track, and I don't think I will be back. Take me away, I wanna go, I gotta be right by the sea. And I really feel it's no big deal. Take me away, take me away. We're on highway to the island. Just a bathing suit's required. We could sail out to the sea. No other place I'd rather be. Glad to know it's you and me. Take me away, I wanna go, I gotta be right by the sea. I really feel it's no big deal. So take me away, take me away. Building castles in the sand, tiki bars and a live band. Let's do it over again and again. Take me away, I wanna go, I gotta be right by the sea. I really feel it's no big
Vinny Mad Dog Lopez and Lake Hill. And so tell me, Vinny, how would you describe your music? I mean, who are your musical influences?
Well, with licensed musical influences, Jimmy Buffett, Kenny Chesney, Big and Rich, Van Morrison, Billy Joel. Oh God, the list goes on. The Beatles. I mean, we're like when you hear some of the songs on the CD, some of them are Beatlesque, but with a trop rock type of feel to them. So we kind of go that way. Like when we play our club dates, a lot of the stuff we do are vocal songs. But we also do some disco songs. I mean, we do a very big variety of music. And when we do the originals, sometimes it comes out, all the variety, because the bass player will go off on this thing and boom, here we go, we're with him. And there's a lot of different guys that through our lives we listen. The Everly Brothers, the Doors, you name it, it's in there. We do all of that stuff.
Well, that keeps it interesting with the diversity of the styles of music,
Oh yeah, no, when you come see us, you don't sit there and you don't hear one guy singing all night long. You don't hear one style of music all night long. You get a big variety of music all night long, because we play all night long. We don't stop playing. We keep playing. A lot of bands I'll see, they'll go in and they'll 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and they're done for 45 minutes. Well, not us. We go in and we play for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then take a 10-minute break.
Wow. So
and then go back on and play. Oh, yeah, you get your money's worth.
Great.
The club, your money's worth. There's, especially, you got to feel the room, but there's a lot of people there, and they're dancing, and they're standing there, and they're drinking. Why stop playing?
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep playing. Let's keep them right here. Hey, let's do this one. This one will get them dancing. We know Vince has been at it a long time. Me and John are like the old guys in the band. Vince is the young guy. And Vince, he drives a school bus in Staten Island. That's what he's been doing for 25 years.
Wow. And
he's 40-something years old since he was a young man. And but we squeeze this playing in. In summertime, we play a lot. And in the wintertime, we pick and choose more gigs. Because Vince, he can't come home from Staten Island on Friday night and then be at a gig at 7 o'clock. It don't work like that. He's tired. So we try and wig it around. But he's the young guy, and he does all the songwriting too. We all contribute. It's much like when I was with Bruce. It's much like that because we contribute our parts. Vince comes in with the song. He has a basic idea of what he's going to hear, and we just make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
John and I, John the bass player and myself, we can play anything. I mean, we can go anywhere with any music, and we do it. And Vince really appreciates that because if he wants to hear something, he knows he's gonna. So it's a good thing. We're very, what would you call it? Symbiotic. We're very together in that stuff. When he brings a song to us, he plays it. Boom. John listens. I get a beat, and we do it.
That's good.
And it progresses from there
down to perfection.
Oh yeah. And Vince is getting more into it, the way things are now, because now we got the first CD out. Now we're working on a second one.
Okay, great.
So, and the second one, it's still going to be probably an islandy feel, but we're going to go for tempo, islandy feel stuff. We're going to go for dance stuff. And it's because we've been working on a few things, and they're more high energy.
Cool.
Hey, I'm going to be 64 years old, and they make me work.
Hey, well, you don't look it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, well, that's great. Hey, it keeps you young, right? Music keeps you young. You got to keep going with that.
Because I was in a pretty bad car wreck last January.
I'm sorry to
Well,
hear that.
yesterday I went to one of my doctors. My regular doctor takes care of my my medications, my heart and my cholesterol and all that. And he looked at my blood pressure and he goes, "Wow." And I said, "Wow, what's that?" I mean, Bill Crosby did "oops," you know. I thought he was saying like "oops," but he went, "Wow." And I said, "What it is?" And my blood pressure was perfect.
Oh, that's good.
You know. But it's because I work. You know, it's because, went to my other doctor today, and they're trying to fix my shoulder. I have a bad shoulder going on here, and they will fix it. You know, eventually. I got to go for all these tests on it, but it's all from this car wreck.
Oh, is it from the accident or from playing drums?
Oh, it's all from the accident.
Oh.
My hand was all tore up. That seems a little better, but I got to go get tests on that too. So.
Oh yeah, I hope it gets.
They're working on me.
Well, that's good. I want to play another song here off your CD, Moon Motel. I'm sorry, You Know It's True.
Now, You Know It's True, and I'll tell you a story about You Know It's True. Vince came with the song, and he started playing it, and we practice in his cellar. So we're down there, and it's just the bass player, myself, and Vince, and we're playing. And we kind of learned it. So he goes and gets his 3-month-old baby daughter, Katie, right? And she's in her little thing, her car seat thing that rocks. And he puts her in the middle of the floor. Now, we're playing acoustic. We're not playing very loud or anything like that. So his wife's downstairs, and we start doing a song. And now Katie starts dancing and smiling and having a great time with You Know It's True. So his wife tapes it with her phone. It got on Channel 7 New York News. Katie dancing to this song.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty amazing, and it's beautiful. It's really cute. I got it here somewhere. But I could see when Vince says, "Oh, we're going to do You Know It's True." I go, "Oh, you mean Katie's song?" Because I call it Katie's song, But that was so good that it got on the news, and of course nobody cared about the song. They were all looking at Katie dance.
Right. Okay, well
But this song is also like a Beatles song.
Mhm. Very cool. Okay, well we're going to play You Know It's True for our listeners. And we'll be right back with Vini Mad Dog Lopez here on Music 101.
So long, it feels like spring has finally come. No one make me feel
I'm back here on Music 101 with Vini Mad Dog Lopez. Vinny, what do you think about the music industry today compared to when you first started out? How different, how much it's changed?
Well, well, first of all, when we started out doing it, you recorded on tape. Now everything's digital, and everybody thinks that it's, you know, they got the hell's bells of recording. But that's changed because now there's so many new songwriters and people that sing, and you know, and there were in those days, but now it's incredible the amount of people that are try to be in the music business. And I say try to be in the music business because a lot of them don't stick it out. You know, to be in the music business, you got to stick it out. I stuck it out. That's why I play all the time. That's why people come see me play. As far as like playing in clubs and the music industry in that way, not much has changed. We don't make a lot more than we did back in the 60s, the 70s.
This is true.
The club owners don't even want to pay you anything. They want you to pay them to play.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing you a favor, the club owners. Oh, no, you're not doing me any favor. I'll tell you what, I mean, I got friends of mine. My roommate lives here in my house, Ray. I've known Ray for almost 50 years, and he's a great guitar player. But 3 times a week, he has a regular job, but 3 times a week he goes out and plays in this band and makes nothing.
Wow.
Because they're trying to get their songs heard by people, and he makes nothing. I'll tell you, License to Chill, when we play, we get paid.
Right.
It's amazing. We don't get a lot. Like I said, we get probably around the same thing we got back in the 60s. But because the club owners just, you know, they don't really need them. It doesn't matter. What matters to the club owners, and this is exactly the same, nothing has changed, is the cash register going cha-ching. That's all that the club owner thinks about. No matter how good a band is or how bad it is. It doesn't matter if they're bad as long as the cash register is cha-chinging.
True. They want to know how many people you're going to bring, you know what I mean, what you're following. And
yeah, you got to sell tickets. You know? It's crazy. It's crazy, and the clubs around here are the same. Unfortunately, around here with this storm, like a lot of places that we used to play are gone.
Really?
I mean, they are just sincerely gone, and it's a real shame. So this summer coming up is going to be different, but we're working. There are places that are going to come back, that are making the comeback, which is really good. And hopefully, you know, they do come back. That's going to change. But, you know, and one thing that hasn't changed around here, I'll say, is the musicians that are here, new ones, old ones, young ones, it doesn't matter. They all got big hearts. Every one of them get crapped on by somebody along the way. But they all got big hearts, and they all help people that need help.
Sure.
All of them, bar none. They all are on board if somebody needs help. You can't turn them away. There's so many of them that want to be on board, you know. So, I mean, I'm glad in that because we used to do that. That's ongoing catastrophes, things that happened all through my career. You help people.
Right.
And that's a big part of being a musician, really.
Sure.
You know.
Were you there at the Hurricane Sandy benefit they had in New York when Bruce was playing?
No, I was not there.
Oh.
I watched it on TV.
Yeah, I did too.
And it was terrific.
It was.
And we're doing coming up in January. You know about Light of Day?
No.
Well, Light of Day, a guy named Bob Benjamin, who has Parkinson's disease. And I guess, I'll say 15 years ago they started out to help Bob, and Bruce is involved in it, and a few of my friends, and it's turned into quite a big thing down in Asbury Park in Europe. There's Light of Day in Europe now. There's Light of Day in Canada. They have these concerts that raise money for, and what's his name? Not Michael Douglas. What's his name? Why can't I think of his name? The actor who has Parkinson's.
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox.
Mm-hmm.
He's involved in this, and there's big shows going on the 17th, 18th, and 19th of January all over the town of Asbury Park, and it's all for Parkinson's. And every night, like Thursday night, for instance, I'm bowling for Parkinson's. I'm playing in a band that's there, and I'm playing at a band at another club that's doing the same thing around the corner. And then Friday night, I'm playing with 4 different bands at the Stone Pony. And there's a lot of stuff going. Everybody gets to do their 25 minutes. Nick Clemens is playing. Joe Bonanno is playing. Upstage Jam Band, all the old guys from the Upstage are playing. B.B. Buell, did you ever hear her?
Oh, yeah, B.B. Buell. Mm-hmm. She's going to be there?
She's going to be there. Yeah, she's opening for us, actually. She's on before we are.
Oh, very cool.
And it's a great thing, and it starts like at 6:30 and goes till, 1:30. Thursday night, Friday night, and then Saturday night's the big show at the Paramount Theater, and Bruce usually comes to that if he's around.
Right. If
he's around, But he may or may not be. It's hard to say. Because everybody thinks Bruce is coming. It's sometimes I go, is that the only thing they think, that Bruce is going to be there, And it's crazy, It's crazy. Sometimes he does. Sometimes he don't. Come for the guys that are playing, Jesse Mallon's there, Joe Grishecki, all these guys, they're playing. Come see them, Bruce don't have to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he does, and Bruce comes, and it's, and then it becomes, he plays, if he comes, he plays with everybody. He's a workhorse, Yeah,
I'm surprised you mentioned the Stone Pony. That's been around a long time, That's held the test of time.
I was in the very first band that played in the Stone Pony. We were called Cold Blast and Steel.
Wow.
We convinced, because it was a disco called the Roman Arches or something like that, and we convinced the owners, Jack and Butch, who were the original owners, hey, let us play some Sunday afternoon. Come on, let us play. And they finally caved in and let Cold Blast, and we were like a power trio with 2 drummers. And we played, and then people started coming, and then John Lyons got, I got them, the Blackberry Booze Band, who became the Jukes. I got them their job there. And they were looking for bands. Colony used to play there back in '74 when it opened up. But everybody says, oh, yeah, Bruce started at the Stone Pony. No, we used to play at the Student Prince in 1968. We started way before there was a Stone Pony. It used to be Mrs. J's, that place. People don't realize that, they think that everything happened at the Pony. But it didn't.
Okay.
A lot of stuff did, don't get me wrong. A lot of stuff did go on at the Pony. But it wasn't the original starting point for any of us.
Okay. All right, well, I have one more song that I'm going to play tonight off your CD, Moon Motel, and it's called Wanna Have a Good One. What's that all about?
Well, that's like a little reggae song that we came up with, and when we play it, it's one of those that people get this kind of groove going, and they dance to it, and they have a good time. Oh, baby, please. You'll see when you play it. It's got that harmony cooking, what we do. And you'll hear Johnny playing bass, and he's a great bass player.
Okay, awesome. Well, we're going to play Wanna Have a Good One, And this is by License to Chill with Vini Mad Dog Lopez. We'll be right back on Music 101.
Oh, baby, please don't give me a hard time, 'cause I wanna have a good one. Was it something that I said? Should I kiss ass instead? Oh no. Spent too much time at the bar. Oh baby, have a heart, mine's blue, so blue tonight. Oh baby, please don't give me a hard time, 'cause I wanna have a good one. What did I do to you now? Just tell me what you allow. Oh no. How could I make it up to you? Oh baby, please don't say we're through. I'm blue tonight. Oh baby, please don't give me a hard time, 'cause I wanna have a good one. Oh baby, please don't give me a hard time, 'cause I wanna have a good one. As I sit here begging you, what else can I really do? Oh baby, please don't give me a hard time, 'cause I wanna have a good one. But if you leave me now, stick me in a doghouse, oh no. Why can't you give me a chance? Allow me one more pass and I'm through with you tonight. Oh baby, please don't give me a hard time, 'cause I wanna have a good one. Oh baby, please don't give me a hard time, 'cause I wanna have a good one. 'Cause I wanna have a good one. 'Cause I wanna have a good one. 'Cause I wanna have a good one.
Okay, we're back with Vinny Mad Dog Lopez. Vinny, what advice do you have for newcomers that want to break into the industry?
I talk to kids all the time about music, you know, because kids, like when young people come to see me play, see, one thing, I don't just sit there and go to sleep when I'm playing. You're not going to go to sleep when I'm playing. I play drums like they go. I play the drums. I make them talk. There's drummers that do that. But the only reason, when I started out playing, I stunk. I was horrible. But I stuck with it. And I kept going. And I looked for people to play with, different people, always someone that had an idea, that wanted to do this or do that. You can't, as a young guy, if you get discouraged, everybody gets discouraged. You've got to not let it destroy you. Move on. Keep playing. Learn a new song. Learn a new beat, Play a different note on them, There's a lot of ways. Sing a different song. You've got to keep going, though. You just can't stop. And, music ain't going to make you all the money you need to live. You got to work, and you got to fit it all in. And you have to have the gumption to want to do that, to want to play, work your day job and then go play all those bands. So, but it helps to find the right guys, and it helps to find the right gals you're going to work with. It's important to be on the same page with people. But you do that by jamming with them, by going over their house and sitting down and learning a couple of songs and having fun. Not fun. Boom. That's the end of that.
Exactly. It has to be fun.
It has to be fun. You can't go out there and do it. We were talking about this last night, I've been doing it so long, and I just don't hop in any band. I just don't go play in any band. I feel myself lucky to meet up with Vince and John in License to Chill. And we have a mutual respect for each other because, hey, we play this stuff a lot together. And every time we play it, it's like we're doing it new again. It's good. We have a good time. But that's my advice for young people. Just do it and keep doing it. And don't stop.
Absolutely.
And you'll get better at it. Yeah, and you'll get better at it. And don't ever think you stink. See, that's something else I'll never tell. That's terrible. Never. You'll never hear that out of mine. I hear a lot of young bands, and they say, what'd you think? I say, well, you could use a little work over here, but otherwise, that was pretty good, guys,
So you
need a little vocal work. But you got to give them the positive. You can't hit them with negative energy. I caddy for a pro golfer, and I've been caddying for this guy this will be my 26th year. We were in the U.S. Open this year. But you're not going to hear me. He's going to hit a ball. Golfers hit balls in woods. He's going to hit the ball in the woods, and you're not going to hear me say, yeah, it's over here. It's a terrible lie. You're going to hear me say, yeah, here's the ball, but see that opening? You can hit it through there, It's positive. It's the way you shoot it out there, the positive way, no negatives.
Exactly.
Negatives tend to be a vampire on your whole system. You don't need that.
Well, positive reinforcement, so the negative, that's definitely a good way to go with it.
Oh, absolutely. You got to do that. Especially with young people. Because I jam with them. I don't care. They'll say, hey, you want to play a song? And they don't know the song. I'll say, sure, let's go. And we'll do it.
Absolutely.
At the end, I don't care how it sounded. I go, that was pretty cool, right? And I'll go, yeah. The important stuff in life.
Right.
And music.
Absolutely. Vinny, now again, for our listeners, can you tell them where they can find your music?
Go to the License to Chill website, www.license2chill.net. And I believe it has it on, I think it's on CD Baby. And I believe, I know he has it up on eBay.
Okay,
and we're trying to keep the price down.
Or?
And I don't know if we're on iTunes. That I don't know. I'm not in charge of any of that. So I just play it in the band and have fun doing that. But I know he has it up on eBay, and we're just trying to get $10 for it. We don't want to charge people all kinds of big money to get our CD. We want you to enjoy it, and part of the enjoyment is it's not too expensive, So.
Right. And then you said also you have a Facebook page?
Yes, we have our Facebook page, which is License to Chill. And I have my Facebook page, Vini Lopez, V-I-N-I. If you're going to look for me, it's V-I-N-I, Lopez, So you can find me and I have a ton of friends. I don't know if Facebook lets me have any more friends, but I got a few. And but License to Chill's on there. Vince Berardi's on there. John Bryce is on there. And there's stuff, like our website has mainly the stuff about the CD probably on it. Facebook, every once in a while we'll post a link where you can get it. And I know he's been selling it on eBay. People have been getting it right through eBay and PayPal.
Oh, okay.
Which is way cool,
Yeah, definitely. Vini, is there any shout-outs that you have before we go?
Oh, I'd like to, Gino Barron, my friend Gino. He's instrumental in getting me out there in the Lehigh Valley. Gloria Domina, Gloria and Will there, they're terrific. Mm-hmm. Generally, all the people in the Lehigh Valley, they're all my buddies. I love them all, and they kind of adopted me as a wayward son or something, But I've been supporting the Lehigh Valley now for 3 or 4 years, and it's very enjoyable to go out there. Like I was out there for the music awards. I was a presenter this year and last year. And Steel Mill actually played out there. We played there at one of the award shows, and that was fun.
Great.
All the guys in the band enjoyed that. And, that's my shout-outs. There you go. And give a shout-out to Bruce Springsteen if you're listening.
The boss.
The boss.
All right, Vini, well, thank you so much for taking the time out. It was a pleasure speaking with you tonight. And I want to encourage everybody to go to their Facebook page for License to Chill. Was it license2chill.net also, and their new CD, Moon Motel. And
Moon
check out where
Motel's out there.
We definitely want to get out there and see you perform, and look forward to your new CD coming out.
Well, as soon as it happens, you're going to know about it.
All right.
And I'll definitely keep you in the loop on all of that stuff. But thank you for having me on here and letting us talk this much about this stuff. It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you very much, and look forward to you soon.
Yeah, I want to come out and play Lehigh Valley some more. That's what I want to do.
Absolutely. We'll talk about that. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Well, you have a great night, Vini, and we'll talk to you soon.
You have a Merry Christmas coming up.
Yes,
Got
Merry
a week
Christmas
to go.
too.
I better start shopping.
Yeah, right? Okay, you have a great night.
All right, you too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
This is Alexis Steele from Music 101, and you're listening to Rock Out Radio, the backbone of Northeast PA.